Hey, good morning, everyone. William Hemsworth here. Hope everyone is doing well on this Tuesday morning. Here to read the daily Mass readings from the traditional Douay-Rheims Bible, and today's saint of the day is Saint Henry II. So let's go ahead and hop into our Mass readings. Now, also, if you could, praying for all of you. If you guys have any prayer requests whatsoever, please feel free to message me, email me, whatever the case is. It's my honor, it's my privilege to pray for you all, okay? Yesterday, we moved into the book of Exodus in our Old Testament, and today we're going to continue in it. And today we're actually going to be reading about the birth of Moses. And so, as we wait for our readings to load up here, all right, so reading is from Exodus chapter 2, verses 1 through 15. It says, "After this, there went a man of the house of Levi and took a wife of his own kindred, and she conceived and bore a son, and seeing him a goodly child, hid him 3 months. And when she could hide him no longer, she took a basket made of bulrushes and dabbed it with lime and pitch, and put the little babe therein, and laid him in the sedges by the river's brink. His sister standing afar off and taking notice what would be done, and behold, the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself in the river, and her maids walked by the river's brink. And when she saw the blanket in the sedges, she sent one of her maids for it. And when it was brought, she opened it, and seeing within it, having compassion on it, she said, 'This is one of the babes of the Hebrews.' And the child's sister said to her, 'Shall I go and call to thee a Hebrew woman to nurse the babe?' She answered, 'Go.' The maid went and called her mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, 'Take this child and nurse him for me. I will give thee thy wages.' The woman took and nursed the child, and when he was grown up, she delivered him to Pharaoh's daughter. And she adopted him for a son and called him, because I took him out of the water. In those days after Moses was grown up, he went out to his brethren and saw their affliction, and an Egyptian striking one of the Hebrews, his brethren. And when he had looked about this way and that way and saw no one there, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And going out the next day, he saw two Hebrews quarreling. And he said to him that did the wrong, 'Why strikest thou thy neighbor?' But he answered, 'Who hath appointed thee prince and judge over us? Wilt thou kill me, as thou didst yesterday kill the Egyptian?' Moses feared and said, 'How is this come to be known?' And Pharaoh heard of this word and sought to kill Moses. He fled from his sight and abode in the land. The word, thanks. Today's responsorial psalm comes from Psalm 69. Turn to the Lord in your need, and you will live. I stick fast in the mire of the deep, and there is no sure standing. I am come into the depth of the sea, and tempest hath overwhelmed me. Turn to the Lord in your need, and you will live. But as for me, my prayer is to thee, O Lord. For the time of thy good pleasure, O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me, in the truth of thy salvation. Turn to the Lord in your need, and you will live. But I am poor and sorrowful. Thy salvation, O God, hath set me up. I will praise the name of God with a canticle, and I will magnify him with praise. Turn to the Lord in your need, and you will live. Let the poor see and rejoice. Seek ye God, and your soul shall live. For the Lord hath heard the poor, and hath not despised his prisoners. Turn to the Lord in your need, and you will live. Today's gospel comes from the gospel according to Matthew chapter 11, verses 20 through 24. Then began he to upbraid the cities wherein were done the most of his miracles, for that they had not done penance. Woe to thee, Chorazin! Woe to thee, Bethsaida! For if in Tyre and Sidon had been wrought the miracles that had been wrought in you, they had long ago done penance in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon in the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, shalt thou be exalted up to heaven? Thou shalt go down even unto hell. For if in Sodom had been wrought the miracles that had been wrought in thee, perhaps it had remained unto this day. But I say to you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for you. The gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Today's saint of the day is Saint Henry II. He was born in 972 and died in 1024. And he was born to the Duke of Bavaria and the Princess of Burgundy. He was a child and he was given the education of a priest. His destiny changed when he succeeded his father as the Duke of Bavaria and took a holy woman as his wife. Upon the sudden death of his cousin, he also became the King of Germany. Then in 1014, he was crowned Holy Roman Emperor in St. Peter's Basilica by Pope Benedict VIII. St. Henry was determined to rule the empire with justice for the greater glory of God. He was known for his virtue and for his great faith, and when he entered any town, he would first go to a church to pray. He also invoked the saints to help him in battle against pagan armies. He did much good for his subjects and for the church, and he was graced with many mystical experiences. He and his wife, Saint Cunegundis, observed perfect chastity during their marriage, and therefore they remained childless. Henry tried to enter the monastery when she died, but his application was denied because it was thought that he would do much good in the world if he stayed in the world. Saint Henry is the patron of dukes, kings, childless people, the handicapped, and people rejected by religious orders. Saint Henry II, pray for us. Those are the readings and Saint of the day, everyone. God bless you all, and have a great day. And if you enjoy what you hear on this channel, like I said, we do the daily readings every day. Twice a week I do interviews, and once or twice a week I'll come on and talk about other subjects. So probably later on or tomorrow I'm going to come on and talk about the Eucharist and why it's a sign of unity and has been historically through the church. But anyway, God bless you all. Have a fantastic day, okay? Take care.